Hello, I'm James Tanner. I'm here talking to you in response to an email I have received. And just to make sure I get this right, the person who wrote asked me very specifically to speak, just take a few minutes and talk about internet-based business. Well, it's a topic that is very near and dear to my own heart. I personally think there is great opportunity for growth in internet-based business opportunities. Now, having said that, I realize there are a lot of people out there who would like to get involved, who simply lack a little bit of understanding as well as skill in the area of getting going. So here's what I want to say to those of you who are perhaps coined newbies to the internet. Take time, learn. Don't be afraid to move forward. Don't be afraid to ask people questions. And don't be afraid to do some research and purchase tools. Now, what I mean by tools, there is an incredible number of programs and training opportunities that are available online for people who want to learn how to do certain things on the internet. Really, it just involves taking a bit of time and Googling out the kind of thing that you're looking for. Home business opportunities, home business opportunity training, internet-based training, how to become an internet marketer. You're going to find when you start to do searches on many of those terms, you're going to find that many of the links provided to you will actually be marketing some kind of perhaps small video course or actual PDF printout that you can follow. They will vary quite a bit. They are very abundant, and don't be afraid to spend, $7 to $27 on something like that. Most of us have. Most of us have found that as we get a little bit more experience, that there's a bit of repetition in some of those things that really is no longer pertinent information to us because we've simply moved beyond that in our skill set. But I just want to encourage everybody to not be afraid, not be intimidated by this thing called the internet, and don't look at setting up an internet-based business as something that is a tremendous hurdle. The interesting thing about our current economic state, and I'm saying this on a very exciting day. There's been something happen today in the news that's very exciting for the internet, and in particular, people who are selling things on the internet, be it eBay or if you have a web-based store. The U.S. government has begun to recognize that there's so much business volume happening online that today the U.S. Senate actually passed a bill, and shortly it's going to be set up in such a way that U.S. companies who are marketing products to Americans will have to collect sales tax on those purchases. Now, that's providing the business or the website is generating more than $1 million in sales a year. In the past, it's been set up in such a way that if you're selling to a customer in your state and you, the website owner, have your office, say for example in California, and you're selling a product to another Californian, then you would have to charge California sales tax. Now, if you are set up in California and you're selling to a customer in New York State, you will have to collect New York State sales tax and submit those taxes to New York State. That's, once again, if you are generating more than $1 million a year in sales from your business online. So why is that exciting? Well, that puts a lot of the small guys on a greater, more level playing field right alongside of the big box stores. The big box stores are going to be a little bit more cumbersome online as they have to handle all that tax information. They have to spend all that time researching the sales tax that is applicable in each and every state. Then they have to set up the software platform to be able to calculate it, as well as go through the processes of submitting that to the various states. The small operator now has a really exciting opportunity to step in online, set up an internet-based business, and compete more quickly, more efficiently against some of the larger online shopping moguls. It's an exciting time for something called noodle economics. Noodle economics is a term that was coined back in, I think 2007, 2008, if memory serves me right. And noodle economics has also been referred to as ramen profitability. And what that means is now on the internet, you can start a business for next to nothing. You can get it up and going and get the income starting to trickle in. And the suggestion is that you may end up living initially on ramen noodles while your website gets up and develops a stronger source of income, but at least you would have a business that covers its costs from ground zero on up. It might not put a lot of food on the table right today, but depending on how you structure it, it could be quite viable and quite profitable. So yes, internet-based business opportunities abound. It is still a very exciting time out there for people who are interested in that area. I highly encourage it. I'm James Tanner. Enjoy the rest of your day.